So like a game that does it, which I like, that does this sort of situation is Persona 3, in which a main character of your party dies. And that's a big fucking thing. But the thing that it's still not a great thing, but the thing that I believe that makes that burden a little less like in your face is that it is a very late introduced character, and it is not a character that sticks with you for a long time. So especially if you're with Aerith, like you literally spend like 2 out of 4 CDs playing with Aerith, and if you spend all that time leveling her up instead of one of your characters, you are now instantly behind.
Yeah, see,
because
I think that's more of the problem is, and I think that was intentional. Like, they're going, hey, you know, they want this to be impactful both emotionally and gameplay, going like 4 HP again. You need to be more careful with these flamethrowers.
You need that 1 damage upgrade.
Yeah, I think the next trooper level up will give them the 1 damage upgrade they need.
But like, as I said, like there is that impact of like,
yeah,
I can understand the impact of being
and emotional.
Yeah,
impact.
like I can understand the impact being a thing of like, oh, she's a character in my party that I can play, thus like they wouldn't kill her because she's a playable character, and that sort of like subverts that expectation.
Yeah, but that's not XCOM, baby.
Yeah, it's not XCOM, but like the way Persona 3 does it is the character is introduced late. Majority of the character's development is outside of its playing capacity. So they introduce this character and they build up this relationship with your team and the character outside of him being involved in the party. So then when he does join the party and you do have him in your party and you play with him, you already have that like massive step up as to who he is and what he means to the character.
Saying he joins the party late, but he gets involved kind of emotionally with the party early. So
yes,
you still have that emotional impact when he dies, but because he introduced late, you're not going to get such a dramatic
burden for him dying.
Him dying, if you've been, because even if you've been focusing on him since he came out, and then he dies, you still have a couple of backups that are alright. Whether if you were focusing on, again, say Aerith, if you were hard focusing on leveling her up, and she
because
dies,
she is a great white mage. Aerith is a good white mage, but she's essentially like the only white mage. And then like when she gets removed, like you essentially have her in your party for 3/4 of disc 1 and 2. So if you've leveled her up over some other character in the party, then you're going to have this big burden. But the way Persona 3 does it is they have this character introduced. He is a part of the story, a big part of the story for a long duration of the time. And then for a decent portion, he then becomes a part of the party which you can play. So then when he does die, the impact is huge. Like, it's a huge impact because they say, like, he's a playable character now. You know, it's almost like the plot is meant to save him. So when it's removed, you are not burdened by having him be like a solely leveled up character and now having to get someone up to, you know, fill the void that he's placed. They've built your attachment to that character through story rather than gameplay. Whereas Final Fantasy, they do both story and gameplay.
Yeah, which means I think that was intentional to make the emotional impact heavy. Like, that feels more of a personal complaint than an issue with the game aging. Because I can
no. This is something that
separate, argument.
The game aging in storytelling is what I'm sort of going on about.
Yeah, but like you segued from that into this, so you know.
Well, this is giving you a example of storytelling in which ages not that well.
Well,
Especially
again, I think
that
more,
it being
that one there seems more of a personal thing than
it stops being a personal thing when it's the most revealed spoiler ever to happen. Aerith dies.
I mean, yes, you're right, but that's not a flaw of the game.
You know what I'm saying? Like, at the time, yes, it is a great thing. But now, people defending that as a good storytelling aspect is only being dishonest.
I'm not going to defend either side because I haven't played it.
Yeah, okay. Well, I have, alright? So I know. You should just
Fuck off.
agree with everything I say.
No.
Do it. But yeah, like, and plus, like, as I said, not saying Final Fantasy VII story is bad. It is a good story. It's just that how they go about telling the story is kind of dated. And by kind of dated, I mean really dated. Especially when, like, the biggest aspects of the story are, like, one of the most, like, revealed spoilers in gaming history. For, like, who the bad guy is, why he's the bad guy, Aerith dying, that sort of stuff. So, it even robs people who don't know that, who want to experience that, of their experience just by proxy of them hearing spoilers.
Again, that's not a fault of the game itself. That's the situation.
Oh no, I'm not
around
saying
it.
that's a fault of the game. I'm just saying
like that.
Oh Jesus Christ! I'm not saying that is a fault of the game itself. I'm saying people who want to experience that won't be able to experience that due to the high level nature of the amount of spoilers that's come out.
Yeah.
So the only people who can really experience that are the people who played the game when it came out, and for them to carry that opinion. Oh my god! For them to carry that opinion,
this one asshole is going to be a roadblock and nothing else.
For them to carry that opinion that Final Fantasy is one of the best games ever, it's like, yes and no. Definitely one of the best games when it came out, and even years after. But in today's date, that's not true. To which is why I believe Final Fantasy VII Remake is the best chance of experiencing the Final Fantasy VII when it came out, but in a new light. So for you to get that authentic Final Fantasy experience for when 7 came out all those years ago, this remake is probably the best chance you're gonna get at a good Final Fantasy good Final Fantasy experience.
It can't end like this.
Fuck him up! Fuck him up!
Yeah, that makes sense. Also, are we just clearing the base now, Alex?
Our goal is to get Claude to the victory point.
Ah, right. No, in all of that, I kind of lost what the secondary objective was.
I made a difference.
What is the secondary objective?
So we cleared the two
Claude.
turrets, and now we need to get Claude to the victory point, which I'm assuming is where those two tanks spawned from?
Yeah.
Like, where our battleship
Well,
beached?
one was the tank. The other one was
Dan's
Dodger
Pedovan.
Claude. Yeah, it was Dan's Pedovan. Dan's Pedovan is currently sitting at the bottom of the hill waiting for Claude to get into it.
If he makes it, though.
If he makes it there. If Claude goes down here, we straight up lose.
You're losing everyone.
Everyone
You are
is
losing
falling apart.
everyone.
Not like this.
Because Riley couldn't hit the ass of that tank. Fucking Riley. See, and what we can't do is we can't bombard anything for some reason. Don't know why. So yeah, a little perturbed at the moment, but otherwise very perturbed. What can we do?
This is an order. Defensive formation.
Defend himself?
Attack.
Yep. Then we couple that with healing request.
Buddy, here are your orders.
And then evade up? Or does that not work against counterfire?
Oh, it works.
So I've tagged at Final Fantasy. Aerith is not dead. Follow the money.
Evade boost.
This is an order. Concentrate on evading.
What, now he's just gonna book it to the pedo van?
Now he's just gonna book it to the pedo van.
Well, he's running in front of a tank turret.
He's running in front of that asshole. But we're gonna grab Alicia before we head off.
Is it worth taking a shot at that asshole first so he can't fire at you?
No.
They need first aid.
The enemy has begun their counterattack.
It seemed like an exceptionally flawed plan.
Oh no, Serpentine! Serpentine!
17 does nothing. Now, here comes the hard part. Is he gonna be able to make it down the hill? No.
Oh, he was enjoying his slide.
Take out the cannons before.
How far back is this?
All the way to the start.
Alright. Fucking King Crimson.
Alright, so we're just
Yeah.
skipping this recording now? Or...
This
Yeah,
section of it, yeah.
We're gonna get back up to the part we were before.
Yeah, we gotta somehow lucky our way through it. So, what did we learn today, class? Oh, we learned today that fucking flamethrowers are useless, so while we're doing that, we're just gonna quickly duck out a
Literally
second.
4 HP in the dream.
Yeah, 4 HP in a fucking dream. Alrighty! We'll fucking take that shot!
Try paying attention.
Yeah, we
Ooh.
figured out what our issue was, and it was the clothes.
Yeah.
So we fixed
Yeah.
it.
What are you talking about? Where did she did fucking Kai get so hot she just ripped off all her clothes there and then to reveal nothing but a bathing suit underneath in the most inappropriate of all experiences in the middle of a battlefield?
Yes.
Yes.
Keep moving to maintain your body temperature.
Right on, right on. I respect that.
She's absolutely there, just to,
And in
know?
celebration of this King Crimson, I finally got my refund from Steam.
For?
Vampire Origins. So by the looks, by the looks of Steam,
I'm a fucking idiot. I forgot that I have to do this.
Let's go, everyone.
by the looks of Steam refunds, I think the developer has 24 hours to respond. And if they haven't responded within then, I think Steam just grants you an automatic refund because it came up beforehand saying like 4 hours left, 3 hours left, 2 hours left, and then I got my refund.
Huh.
We have to do this.
But the game's broken piece of shit, so money come back to me. I'll spend it on something worth a damn.
Yep, that's fair.
Smooth sailing.
Like a hentai assassin.
Oh no.
But you already but you have your hentai assassin right here.
Fuck me, alright, yeah.
It's not untrue.
So hungry.
Man, you gotta feed assassins, they're like fucking Tamagotchis.
Yeah.
You gotta feed your hentai assassin, and then you got,
Try paying attention.
I just want I want to see that kind of dead eye pop up and then her miss the shot.
She can't. It literally puts the crosshair to the smallest it can be. Like it goes from being like that ring around it to the dot itself. Like too smaller than the dot itself. So unless you intentionally like try to fuck with the recoil and land the shot off a miss, like it'll always hit dead on.